Yes, please.
Yes, please.
All right, so we're going to look inside this word and look to see if we have the word let. Okay, so we're going to start with the command, which is grep. Then I'm going to start, so there's an option, but I'm not going to do the option right now. We're going to do the default way, right? So now we're going to look for the pattern. I'm going to say let. Okay, and then I'm going to look for it in, I'm going to say specifically where I'm looking for this. And I'm looking for this in a file called
Songs.
No, let it be.
Oh, the
Songs is
file
the file.
itself. Yeah, not the directory. Okay.
That's right. We can look in the directory, and we're going to do that in a minute. Okay, so grab let it be, right? So now I see, right? Okay. Now I can see how many times the word let. So it's going to show me every single line where the word let has popped up, right? Where's the problem with this? And no, Franklin, you cannot answer. What's the problem with this? Is that all the let words there is in this file?
No, some are missing.
Some are missing. What do you mean by that?
Not all of them are highlighted red.
That's correct. So this is actually the capitalization matter. But what I can do is I can say, you know what? Go ahead and ignore any capitalization you see. And that's by using the option I. So -I. So let's try this again. I'm going to use let, but I'm going to go ahead and add this option right here. -I, let it be. Okay? Do you guys see how these two, what I'm talking about here? I'm using grep, the option, the pattern that I'm looking for. Ooh, okay, whatever. And then in where it is I'm looking for it. So in this case, I'm looking for it in the file called let it be. Okay? So let's click enter. Do we see the difference now? Right. So now it's a little bit different. All right. I want you guys to look for the word inside of let it be. I want you to look for the word it. Obviously, it's there, right? So go ahead and practice this. Go ahead and enter, I don't know, whatever command you want to, and I want you to pull up the word it, not let. Wow, it. Okay, go ahead. Emily's thumbs up. Does that mean that you got it already? Okay, great. You can't answer. Marche, you got it. Awesome. How about you, Madi? You got it? Comfort's got it. Even if you don't have a computer right now, you can tell me maybe. Yes. Rania, perfect. Now, the only thing that's, actually, no, that was right. That was right. Don't forget that let it be is the name of my file, right? And you have to spell it with the right capitalization. Franklin's got a clap. I'm going to assume that he knows how to do this. Russell, how are we doing? You're the only person that hasn't answered? Good. Oh, nice. How about you, Meredith? Are we good? All right, I'm going to look for it, right? I'm going to say grep -I, because I want to make sure I get all of them, right? And I'm going to say IT, and I'm going to say let it be, right? And now I have all of them, right? There is no capitalization for IT, so it's not like I would have missed anything. Awesome. Not sure it's texting me, but it's gonna have to wait. All right, great. So, like, what do I mean by pattern?
How many times the word was repeated or mentioned?
No. Anybody else? It's close, Rania, close, but that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm looking for anything that has ISD in it, right? So I could say go ahead and grab, and I could do either -I. Let's give up on the -I for now. And I'm gonna say ISD, and I'm gonna say let it be. Notice how it's not a word, but it is whatever has ISD together, right? So obviously wisdom is gonna come up here, but it could have been anything else, such as, you guys remember how you had reset, what was it, reset Twitter@gmail.com?
Yep.
That means I could have just said reset Twitter. I don't have to write the whole word, right? I just want something that matches. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, awesome. Okay, so I've shown you how to kind of ignore that I. Let's go somewhere else. Let's try with -R. Let's try with -R. So I am in the songs directory right now, right? And I want to see if the word, let's see, we're going to look for the word IT again, but throughout the whole directory. So not just Let It Be, right? How many songs did I have in there? I had Space Oddity and I have Let It Be, okay? So let's look for the word it again, but throughout the whole directory. So this doesn't really make sense because there's only 2 songs, but let's say I had like 10 songs in there and I want to see if the word it flashes throughout each of these songs. I'm going to use the -R because it's going to look through the whole directory recursively for that word, okay? So how do we do that? We're going to do grep. We're going to do -R. We're going to do it. So now I have to say exactly where I'm looking for it. I used to just put a dot so that I would know in here, right? Because I am in this directory and I want you to look throughout this whole directory, but it's actually not necessary.
Oh, if I'm not in the directory songs, I will do songs / Never mind.
If I was, okay, let's try both. Let's try both, Rania. I like that. So we're going to try this. All right. Do you see I click it? Not only is it going to tell me exactly where it found the word it. You see it here?
Mm-hmm.
All of these.
Yep.
But as well in Space Oddity. Okay? So because I'm already in that directory, songs, I didn't need to specify where to look for it. But like I said, I like to be specific, so I usually put a dot right there, right? Because I kind of follow the skeleton at all time, right? So I should say here either file name or directory name. Let's see. Copy. I'm going to try. Okay, so let's try it. Let me get out of songs and let me try again. Let's see if I can do this. Right, and I'm going to see song. Let's see if it works if I do it this way. Nice. So I did grep R for an option, so recursive. I did IT, which is the word I'm looking for. And I said exactly what directory I was looking, where I was looking for it. Does that make sense? All right. So -R. Great. Now you guys are going to tell me if the word, where the word time pops up. You can either write it down if you don't have a computer in front of you, or you can even, or as soon as you figure it out, you can give me a thumbs up. Oh, and I forgot to say, I think you see it here, right? It says song/Space Oddity, exactly where it could be found, right? And this would be the relative path from my current directory.
Oh, R, not T.
Yes, go ahead, fix that. Almost.
I don't know why I did T, not R.
That's so if I was not in the songs directory, I want you to look through the songs directory. Not daily practice, the songs directory. So how many of you got it? Can I get thumbs up? Okay. Alrighty. Who else is here and got? Yes. Nice, Rania. All right, so I only got 3 thumbs up.
But you want here?
I think I got it.
Okay. What's up, Rania?
So you want the word time just in the songs directly or in the whole entire directory?
There's just one in the songs directory.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay? Your last answer is correct. So if I did grep -R, because I'm looking through a whole directory, right? And I said time and I said songs.
It's grep, not grep.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I was like, wait a minute.
Easy to use.
That's cool. I'm inventing new commands. All right, nice. So now it shows for both, right? But if I was in the songs directory, how would this change? I can either do a dot or I can just leave it alone. And as you can see, it gave me the exact same thing. And because I said time, even times shows up. right? Because it's the pattern that I was looking for. Are we good? All right, so one more thing I'm going to teach you, and then I'm going to unleash you back to your challenge from last Friday for you to kind of play around with, and we're going to see if you figure out how to look through all 5 of those questions as fast as possible, okay? So I want to use, let's see, I don't want to do -v. Can you grep, hold on, I need to figure out where I was. I think it's in my, can you grep numbers? Anyone?
Yeah.
I got 1 yes.
Oh, you should be, right? It's just a pattern. As long as you show the these one number could be a pattern.
Yes, that's right. You can look through a pattern. So I'm going to open this. I did not label all of them, but these are a bunch of IP addresses. Now, obviously, you're not going to receive this. You're going to receive that JSON file you received last time, right? But let's say I wanted to look for this IP address specifically. I would do the exact same thing I just did, right? We would do grep, the IP address, and then we would do the name of the file, right? However, this just gives me 1 line. So it is possible for you to look around or before or after that line, right? Oops. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the lines after that specific line, right? So if I did what I just wrote, right? But I'm going to add some option. I want to look at, let's do 3 lines after, right? So I'm going to do -A, and I'm going to put a 3. So that option looks a little bit odd, right? But this means 3 lines after. So here's a line, right? But now I have 1, 2, 3. You see it? So I pulled this, and I pulled the 3 after. Are we good? All right, now we're going to pull 2 lines of before, right? So what do? I do capital B, I do space, and I do enter. There you go. Now I have a line, and I have the 2 lines before, right? So if we look at my file, I pulled this one and the 2 before that. Okay, so that might not help me. Maybe I want to see the ones before and after. And how I do this is I would do C, and I'm going to leave the 2. And now I have 2 lines before and 2 lines after. All right. So it is 2:27. So if your computer does not work, then it's fine. I would say use a pen and a paper and tell me how you would go about it. But I want you guys to go back into the last the challenge for Friday and tell me how you would have gone the first question. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. So how would you have gone that first question? Go ahead. I'm gonna give you. Let's do 5 minutes about. I don't think you need more than that.
What was the name of the file again? I'm sorry, I missed the name.
Name of the file. It was one of the challenges. I think it was.
I think it was week 3, right? Week 3 challenge.
Week 3? No, it was like Soul Glow 0. Right? Am I wrong? I don't think so.
What's it called again? I'm sorry. What did you say?
It was called like Soul Glow 0. Do you guys look?
It is Soul Glow 0. Yeah.
Yeah. The very bottom. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Oh yes, this is the one with the Twitter.
Yes. Where is it? I think I'm sharing everything here, but
it's at the very, very bottom. Oh, I mean, yours is different than ours. So.
Yes, slightly different. I think mine would have to, I would have to download the whole thing again. So I'm going to see if other people, oh, it says week 1 challenge.zip. So I'm looking at it right now. Several users reported having received suspicious emails from resettwitter@hotmail.com. How many emails did this person send to your organization? So what do you think you'd be grabbing?
This email.
Reset.
Reset Twitter.
So you'd be searching for Reset Twitter. Where would you be searching it for? Where would you be researching it? In a directory or file?
Files, right?
Files, right?
I did files when I did mine, I think.
Oh, so if you're researching something in a file, you're looking for something very specific. I see what you mean.
For directory for everything, for the whole.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I wasn't guiding you properly here. So there was an emails directory, right? So you could have looked through the whole directory for something called Reset Twitter or even Reset to see how many times it popped up, right? However, the trick with this question right here was here. How many emails did this person send to your organization? Oh, stop that. To your organization, right? So what happens to the one that didn't make it into our inboxes? What do you think happened to those?
Spam.
Right. It means they were what? Blocked, right?
Blocked.
Right. So I used to look specifically in like the emails. Sorry, I think I'm receiving. Okay. So
Una, when you're finished, can you call everybody back? When you're done with this, when they were done.
Oh yeah, sure. So in this one, so what I used to do is I used to look in just one file, one directory specifically, right? But this is hiding some information. So if you decided to unzip this, and I don't know what it was called, like week 1 or challenge, if you grab through the whole thing, you'll see how many times the word reset was pulled up. And that's why it would tell you whether some have been blocked or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So before I actually go in and I show you how to do this, I want you guys to at least attempt, because your next challenge is going to test whether you were listening or not, I guess. So your next clue is how many of the sender were delivered to users. So again, if you can figure out which one was blocked, which one was accepted, you know which one went through, right? So after you would have seen these 2 questions, it should have given you a link, right? What domains were used in the link? So I want you guys to be able to answer the first 2 questions and let me know what, I guess, what command, or what was its syntax for your command, okay? So it looks like Josiah wants to explain something, so I'm going to call back the other class, the rest of the class, and then we'll move on from there, okay? Recording. Okay, so it doesn't really look like yours, but remember it was asking for Reset Twitter. What did you guys do? Anyone?
After you open the file, you mean?
Yeah, so I unzipped it and I'm looking for where Reset Twitter was showing up. So using GREP, how would I do this?
Wouldn't it be GREP?
GREP? Okay.
Reset. What was the other one? The last part?
Where are you looking for this? That's for anyone, not just for Marte.
We had to find
Oh no, who's this? Hold on. Oh.
Emails, right?
Sorry, Franklin, you can't answer that question. What is that? In emails?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, email.
Like this?
No.
Mark.
Email is
Oh, it's not a directory.
That's right.
Oh, okay, so it's a directory. So what do I add?
grep -r.
The dots, right? The dot.
Grep.
All right, I lost it. Never mind. All right, I'm going to do it again. So grab, some of you said -r and you said reset emails, like that?
Dot.
What?
Makes you go
Okay.
back. Oh, emails.
You You see how it pulled up the whole thing, right? And it told me exactly where to find it. So now I don't have to read through 34 emails. I can go to each. Actually, that's the same email right here. So that's 1 and 2. But remember what I told you guys? Don't just okay, so he pulled also this. Don't worry about that. So remember what I told you? Don't just look in one. How about we grep the whole directory, which is week 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's try that. All right. So now all of a sudden, I'm also pulling that JSON file, right? So reset Twitter. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
So I mean, the first time I did this, I thought it was kind of gibberish. But feel free to ask question next time you see it says result accepted. Actually, can you even see this? So I have a few accepted, and then I have this one that's been blocked. Also from reset Twitter. That means that this didn't make it to the emails. Okay? I'll teach you guys how to pipe, so how to kind of narrow down your search. Okay, but we're not going to focus on that today. So this is your homework, right? Especially if you struggled with the last challenge, I would say today. So after I send you off into your own thing, go through that challenge and see if you can use grep the whole way through. Okay? How are we feeling right now?
Good.
Okay. Does anyone? I'm going to pull the. I can't see all of you. Let's see gallery view. All right, can I get any, so I see that you guys don't always ask me questions, so this is the perfect time to ask me questions on this. No questions.
I have a question.
What's your question?
For instance, if we have in a file, how would I say it? Like, for instance, we are trying to find reset at Twitter in a file, but we know, I mean, in a directory, we know there are files in there that, I mean, in a file, it might reset.twitter might appear many times. Is there an option that allows us to tell the file, okay, if reset.twitter appears in a file, show it once, or maybe show it and tell me how many times it appears in that file?
Yes. Yes, there are options that tells you exactly how many times it shows, and it will even enumerate how many lines there is with that specific search result.
Is that a -n?
Yes, -n, and I believe there's another one. It's I'd have to look it up. There's 2 different options of which you speak. There's also, so whenever I'll teach you piping, you can start piping in all those extra filters on top of just grep. So grep will allow you to enumerate how many lines you see it in, or how many times it appears in a file.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? No, we're good? Okay. So our time is a little short because it's 3 o'clock. So I wanted to teach you guys change own and change mod, but I believe that it's 3 o'clock, so I'm going to let you guys go.